Adults of Reddit, what is something every teenager should know about the real world? Life never settles down. If something is important to you, then you should get to it ASAP. Yes. Don't get complacent or pass up opportunities because you think more will come along. Before you know it, you've lost 10 years saying, "I'll do it next week." And then one day you'll find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Song hits so different when you are 40 than 20. I expect it to hit different again at 60. At 57 I can tell you, for certain it does. My 40th birthday seems both not that long ago and forever ago. I would love to have many of those 17 years back. As someone who is a few months from 40, any insights on what you've learned? It is difficult to synthesize in a brief response, but here it goes. I'm also going to cut and paste one of my prior responses to a similar themed question. When we are younger, our perception of time is very different. We think we have all the time in the world. Our life is often filled with, "I'll get to that later," or "I have plenty of time." Let me tell you, we don't have nearly as much as we think. Time slides by ridiculously fast as you age. I mean that. So, here are a few more specific items that you can consider. Career, if you have specific career objectives that possibly involve education or such, don't put it off. It never gets easier. There is never a better time. I had intended to go to law school after my undergrad, but put it off because I was just burnt out from going to school and working. I don't want to be an ATTY, but law would give me a significant advantage in many of my career objectives. Anyway, I told myself, I'll do that later, when it's a better time. I've never made it back. Relationships, first, if you have an idea of what you want in a relationship and life, you have to make yourself that person, first. Meaning to attract the life and people you want, you have to be that person to make it happen. Not the other way around. Have a serious conversation with yourself. Identify your character traits, strengths and weaknesses. You probably need to ask friends for their sincere input because it's extremely difficult for us to be objective, particularly when we are younger. If you know what you want that end story to be, then you have to map out your path to get there and implement that. There are no shortcuts. Do the work. Relationships, continued. It is very, very easy to become complacent in a relationship. To settle for what is comfortable rather than what is satisfying or fulfilling. Be judicious with your time. This doesn't mean you should have throwaway relationships, but it does mean you should be more conscious about who the other person is and how they fit your life, the life that you want. Last of my general thoughts. Okay. Old guy here, or at least old relative to Reddit. I have lost both parents. Over a dozen friends. Time creeps. You don't think, even for a second, this is the last time I'll see these people. This is the last time I'm whatever. We take for granted so much. If you look back and knew that those were the best years and the best times of your life, would you have appreciated it differently? I don't know. But I will tell you, as a person that has moved over 50 times, 17 schools, for countries, 20-ish states. Time slides by a lot faster than you expect. Do not waste it. People you think you'll see again, for sure, pass away. Car accidents, heart attacks, torn esophagus. I mean, at any given moment. I hope even one of you reads this and takes a new level of appreciation. Tell the people you love that you love them. Seize the fucking day. All the best, my fellow Redditors. P.S. You get what you give. The giving comes first. $1,000 is a lot to owe, but not a lot to have. Everything is expensive when you move out. Yes. And nothing is free. You always pay in some way or another, both private and work life. Once I asked a consultant an easy yes or no question, since he was already on site and stood in front of me. He sent me an invoice for it. For better or for worse, confidence opens as many doors as competence. Also, internships matter way more than grades. You are the main character in your story, but you are not even an afterthought to 7 billion people. Me celebrating because 1 billion people are thinking about me. Don't worry about not having the respect of people you don't respect. This is a good one. I'd like to add, don't take criticism from people you wouldn't ask for advice. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. Captain Jean-Luc Picard. You know how sometimes you think to yourself, when I'm an adult and have my own place, I'll be able to do whatever I want. Make sure whatever you want includes doing the dishes. People lie. Just because they're an adult doesn't mean they always tell the truth. If you don't plan your own birthday parties, you won't have birthday parties. Friends planning something for you are super rare. It's not like on TV. You have to make an effort to have a social life. You'll have to work to have a good life, and you'll be tired like you never have been before. It will make having fun and going out harder. Enjoy being a teenager as long as you can. But don't try to fight becoming an adult, because it will just get harder and harder. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Comparison is the thief of joy. During high school, learning how to learn is more important than anything you're actually learning. Having a goal and a plan in life doesn't automatically mean it's going to work out, especially if you don't come from money. It's okay to fail. This world is kinda fucked up, and it's not always your fault. Friendships take maintenance. That sometimes you'll only have yourself to rely on. Your job sees you as replaceable. Look out for yourself and your family. Your job is not everything, but it will feel like it is. Make sure that if you don't like where you are, that you change it. Don't be miserable at a job because it pays well.